Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods, just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to dudes and brews.
I had to work late. I think it was like last week, and I tried a non-alcoholic Pilsner. At the office.
Yeah.
It was honestly, it was I don't know if
it was you that posted
that.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was by Southern Grist out in Nashville. But man, it
wasn't bad.
It was. I mean, it was up there with a lot of other Pilsners.
Really?
Yeah, I was impressed.
Nice.
I mean,
I was a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one I know of is O'Doul's.
Yeah,
and that's
then
like the OG of non-alcoholic beers.
Your boys that do the green. Who is it that does the green bottle? Not Dos Equis, but the other one, Heineken. Heineken Zero. I haven't tried it, but I don't like Heineken. I tried it. So.
Well,
terrible. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not my favorite, but I also one of my friends was having a birthday party, and I had to have blood work done the next day, and so I didn't want to have whatever they tell you not to have alcohol.
Because it makes your blood thin.
Yeah, so many hours before, and so I got the Heineken. I'm the only person drinking something non-alcoholic at this party.
You're probably the only one drinking Heineken. Period.
Honestly, yeah.
People are like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's from Holland. Don't worry about it.
I never got into it.
I used to way back in the day, but I haven't had a Heineken in so long.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. It was early on. Before I got into craft beer,
I
liked Heineken.
Yeah.
All right, so man, we got a guest with us today, Mark. Your last name?
Ewing.
Ewing, Mark Ewing. Honestly, I found this guy on Instagram. You did this experiment at Celestial that I thought was awesome, so I wanted to bring you on to talk about it. But first, I want to say thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man. So before we get into the experiment, though, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into craft beer? Give us your craft beer origin story.
So, I won't say it was before I was 21, but my stepdad, he's a big wino guy. Also, at the time, was the biggest craft beer guy I knew.
Oh, cool.
And so I think one of the first, to me, craft beers I ever had was Purple Haze by Abita.
In Louisiana.
Yeah, and I was
That's good.
and of course, up to that point, it was in college, Natty Lights, Keystone, all those.
Yeah.
So I remember trying that, and I was like, "This is beer."
This
what?
is what beer really is.
And then my wife can attest to this. Anytime I start getting into something, there's no in between. It's I go from 0 to 100 real quick. So the second I graduated college and started making not college money, I was like, all right, craft beer, here we go. So, and the Dallas scene has been picking up. And I don't know if you guys have been to Colorado.
Yeah.
Before, my dad lives in the Fort Collins area.
Oh, okay.
Where there's tons of breweries. So
they got some good ones up there.
That was one of my first breweries I went to was Odell's in Fort Collins.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's one of the original Colorado breweries.
Oh yeah, Odell's and then Boulevard, because my mom lives in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
The two, and then so just from there, it's just been.
Boulevard was in
I think
Kansas
one of
City.
those is mentioned in this book that we got.
Yeah, no, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's Odell's maybe or
possibly.
Boulevard,
it was a sick brewery, and we got to go on a whole tour.
Oh,
and
cool.
All that sort of stuff. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. But yeah, so that's pretty much
Boulevard, they do their they do an unfiltered wheat. Is their big beer, right?
Yeah, they even that used to always be in bottles, but they started doing it in cans recently.
Oh, really?
They did a unfiltered wheat mix pack. It was the regular, a kiwi, and a strawberry.
Really?
Or something like that. Yeah.
So mixing some things up. Yeah, because the Dallas beer scene, honestly, it kills it. I mean, I've had some gems here and there, but for the most part, it's really hard to compete with how good Dallas is. I will say Colorado did a good job when we were down there last.
Great Divide.
Great Divide killed
got really
it.
Good beer.
Yeah. Out of Denver.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been there.
Oh, yeah. If you get a chance, man, there's I mean, I feel like it's everywhere now, but it's so like the market's so saturated.
Yeah.
Which is awesome for,
right.
awesome for us. Obviously, it makes it hard on the brewers, but yeah, there are so many good like super small scale breweries in Denver and in Fort Collins too.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I need to hit up Fort Collins then. So, so go ahead and you got to tell me about this experiment that you did at Celestial.
Yeah.
So they did a science fair, and I guess what was the criteria? You had to just follow the scientific method.
Basically, yeah, they said you could do your experiment over literally anything. Like in years past, they said there'd been anything from like how to get the perfectly cooked steak to like how to get kittens to cuddle you to like how to get your beer cold the quickest. Like
okay, yeah.
So, but of course, in my head, I'm like, it's at a brewery. It's gonna be beer related,
right?
Know? And it's like that's what I think about 90% of the time, anyways. So
that's cool. I thought it was all beer related.
Oh
stuff,
yeah, no.
So that's even better.
I don't know if you guys have heard of. Oh man, there's a beer shop down in Dallas that did one like about moonshine.
Oh, okay.
But that one was like super scientific. But
oh, cool.
Anyways, yeah, with the experiment, whenever I saw them post about it, I got super pumped. I don't know the last time I did a science fair project. It was probably like what 6th grade or something like that.
Right.
Or even then. Yeah, their only criteria were basically it's got to follow the scientific method. Hypothesis. Your actual experiment, your conclusion, and then and all that, and then it was basically that and have fun with it. So,
I mean, it was fun for us just to look at, and I couldn't see the whole board because nobody posted it.
Yeah.
I was looking at it behind whatever you're in front of it. So, can you give us some details on what you did?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll pull it up for you. But basically, I don't know if you guys have ever.
Oh yeah, if you want to airdrop it to me.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. But I don't know if you've had like a smoothie sour out of a can like at a brewery before, but a lot of times they'll either, especially if they add like unfermented fruit and stuff to it, they'll either like roll the can, on its side or turn it, like
turn
vertically.
It yeah.
And so I was thinking through like what would be some fun projects. So like one of my ideas was like this would have been way harder to actually do, but like with the IPA, like what angle and velocity to get like the ideal head from an IPA.
Yeah.
But I was like, how do you even go about measuring the velocity of a pour? But and I'd have like a contractor out. But so I like a good smoothie sour every once in a while, and so I thought it'd be fun to just half science project, half just having fun with beer. And so ended up settling on one of Celestial's newer smoothie sours at the time. Their mystery box. I think it was like strawberry, pineapple, and mango.
Oh, what do you mean mystery box? Like
it was called mystery box.
Oh, okay. I thought they sold mystery boxes of beer.
Man, that'd be pretty sweet. That is a good idea. And so so the experiment was basically that how many rolls and turns does it take to get to the ideal? Oh, I realized I didn't airdrop that to you. Does it take to get to the ideal smoothie sour pour? And so what
constitutes the perfect pour?
That's
one thing that I couldn't figure out.
So, and that's kind of what he was talking about last time. I basically asked 10 breweries in the Metroplex a few characteristics on what the ideal smoothie sour pour is to them, and I had them rated on a scale from 1 to 10. So it was basically opacity, head, mouthfeel, and like fruitiness. And I had them rated on a scale from 1 to 10. Took the averages of all those 10 results for each characteristic. And then that's what, like, it was like head was like from a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 3, 1 being like no head, 10 being like all, it's all foam in the glass. And so, here, let me airdrop this to you. But, so that was kind of how I got the grading criteria, because it's all subjective.
Yeah, it is subjective.
It's what is a perfect smoothie sour pour to me is honestly like fairly different than necessarily what like the results necessarily ended up on. But so that was how I got my kind of basis for the grading.
Right.
Is what I called it. And then from there, how I formulated my hypothesis is I asked the same 10 breweries what combo of rolls and turns they thought they thought would
try to
make
find
it.
Some commonalities.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And so and basically like, I think it ended up being one turn and 2 rolls that we We ended up finding
one turn. Well, rotate like this.
Well, so,
one turn.
Yeah. So
two
it's
rolls.
Yeah. So a roll being like 2 rolls this way.
Okay.
So like a full
yeah.
360, and then one turn being like a full 360 that way. And so it's fun too because I kind of like made it a competition between the breweries.
You should have showed them like skateboard tricks. Like, is it more the hard flip or the 360 flip?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, which one is it?
And it was funny too. So, like Martin House ended up, quote unquote, guessing correctly, and they were the ones who actually won the field day games that day too. Yeah. So here we go. So it was like I said, I probably spent way too much time on this thing.
This is great.
But,
look at the mystery box unlocked with the lollipop in the can.
Well, yeah, go to the right a little bit. I have a Mario there. Hitting a coin block and that was the 1 turn 2 roll can coming out of the box. But so it was fun. I like some of the Celestial folks said, a good mixture of like an actual experiment and just like kind of a fun whimsical thing. I have my little smoothie sour equation is what I call it right there.
Okay.
Oh, this here?
Yep, it's the deviation between what the graded sour was against what like the breweries basically rated it at.
Oh man, how far off they were?
Well, so it was like with each how I came up with like how to score a beer was like if the ideal head is a 3, and I roll this beer twice and I pour it and it's a 5. So that gets a 2, and the closer you get to 0, the closer you are to like a perfect, like golf score.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
But yeah, that was kind of the gist of my project. But one of the, most fun things about it was I basically invited because I had 12 cans. I'll just say it was not cheap buying 12. Smoothie sour cans.
Yeah,
smoothie sour cans.
Expensive.
Yeah. So I invited 10 of my friends over, and some of them had we'll do beer hangs once a month.
Oh, cool.
It's usually I bring all the beer just because I have a ton of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me and Joe in the podcast.
Right.
I show up and I'm like, what gold do you have for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But it was cool. Some of my friends, don't like like I was saying earlier, the taste of beer.
Yeah.
So this was kind of my gateway beer for the people who didn't like beer, and they were just shell shocked that was still considered a beer. Which even sometimes when I drink a smoothie sour, I'm like, how was this?
Yeah,
how
right,
was this beer?
right.
I like that you call it a smoothie sour. I've gotten in the habit of just calling them slushies because that's what 903 calls their stuff.
Yeah, I always call them fruited sours.
Mm-hmm.
But then now they have fruited sours that aren't aren't the hardcore
exactly.
ones. You're talking about the hardcore.
Oh yeah, because you can get a
lot.
traditional sour that has raspberry. I mean like a atrial. I never know how to pronounce it. Rubicite. I'm totally botching the name.
I have no idea.
It's one of Jester King's. It's one of Jester King's most well-known beers. They do a ton of open fermentation brewing.
Okay.
But so that's now that's a fruited sour because it's still a traditional sour.
Yeah.
But then there's smoothie sour. Yeah, it's this whole new subset.
Well, it's because what I understand is that most breweries don't do a traditional sour with the weird yeast.
Yeah.
They do kettle sours.
Yeah.
So it doesn't screw up their fermenters, so they can brew other stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
But if you do it and you funk it up with some weird yeast, then
Yeah.
that's going to be just for that beer.
Makes sense.
Right.
Man, I never realized that. That totally makes sense. Though.
Yeah. So everybody does kettle sour. That's why, in this area, gozas are very popular.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can kettle sour those.
Yeah.
That and Berlin Wise.
Those
are popular
right.
as well.
Okay, that makes sense. Because they used to, back when sours first came out, they were all made with funky yeast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you start seeing the gozes and the barley, and it's what's the difference between any of these? It's confusing. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they call them sours for simple-minded people like me.
Right.
Dude, just sour, just don't worry.
Right. So, you brought some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For us to try here, but one question I have real quick before we get into it: does the glass matter? So I brought a few different kinds of glasses, put them out. I wasn't sure what you used in your experiment.
So there were a couple of
coffee mugs.
There were a couple of variables that I'd say the experiment was a good mixture of not too serious to where because in a completely controlled environment, I would have done the exact same glass or at least the exact same style,
right,
and then part of what, like, there's totally some variability in my experiment because I wanted everyone in the group to feel included. So, So I wasn't the only person trying and rating each beer.
Yeah.
So it was like what the ideal mouthfeel of a smoothie sour to me is totally different from
Right.
my friend Rob.
Subjectivity.
So like those were the glass, and I don't have 12. I have a lot of glasses, but I don't have 12 of the same.
And you would also have to build
style.
a machine that pours exactly the same
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so I poured. I mean, I didn't really pour in any like stemless stuff. It was pretty much all just either a typical like pint glass or something remotely close to that.
Okay. So what I got is okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not a glass snob by any means. I mean, like I like a good snifter for a stout. Yeah, but. I'm not a...
I thought you were going to say, I'm not an expert at this, and I was going to, challenge you on that. You seem like the expert.
For sure.
You did the thing that no one else is doing. You tested it.
Right.
I did test it, man. I did. But yeah, it was a blast. And the Celestial folks, they're so much fun. And, like, just the atmosphere. There was... I think you mentioned it on one of your guys' podcasts, but, like, I think there was 4 different breweries that participated in Field Day.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
It was like Turning Point, Community, Martin House. I feel like someone else. But yeah, so the atmosphere was just so much fun.
We're going to put a Dudes and Brews team together. We're going up there.
Dude, heck yeah. I'm convincing some of my, like, it's a lot of my coworkers that we just became really good friends that do, like, the beer hangs.
Yeah.
So I think I thought about I might still do the Science Fair project again next year, but I was like, man, now I got to think of like a totally new project.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to put this much, to be completely honest, I don't want to put this much effort in again.
Yeah.
My wife was glad when it was over. Because it was like, because I'd like, I mean, we're both like artistic, but like I did most of pretty much all the stuff on there.
Yeah.
But so I think we're going to try to get a group two to do the field.
I say retire on top, dude.
Yeah. Well, but then the selfish competitive side of me was like, because I got my name on the board. I was like, I want to get my name on the board twice.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna see winners next year, and you're gonna be like, that's lame. You're like, that's nothing.
I could have totally.
I
could have
smashed that. Yeah, exactly.
So, Sweet Man, do you want to show us exactly how we're supposed to do it?
Let's do it, man.
So we need the table.
So I got So I got a few different brews here too. I figure you guys could pick what you want. So I have 3 different 903 brews plus the one that you had, and I have another smoothie sour from Baba. They're out of Katy, Texas.
Yeah.
Or like west of Houston.
So we'll have to try that one at a minimum because it's not local to us.
So. Yeah, it's solid. So we got the Hawaiian Shirt Slushy by 903. So this is dragon fruit, pineapple, plum, and marshmallow and vanilla.
That's interesting. It's a tall 12-ounce can.
So I was actually talking whenever I went to 903. I was talking with one of the staff, and they're transitioning to only the 12-ounce from now on.
Hopefully it's cheaper for the consumer.
I was going to say, is the cost the same?
So no, it's not. They, I think, I can't remember. I feel like their slushies were like $24 a 4-pack.
They were $22.99 at one
They're
point,
like $18 now.
Okay.
So they did lower the price some, which I think. I mean, I can't speak for them, but I'm sure that had part of the reason to go to 12-ounce.
Yeah.
So people don't, they're like, I don't want to buy a
dude. But the thing is, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
it's $22.99, and they sell out all the time.
Dude,
I know. Yeah.
Like I don't
sell them like hotcakes.
And even like friends that are out of town that enjoy smoothie sours. It's like the only smoothie sours they know about in DFW are 903.
Yeah, that's what they're known for.
Like,
yeah.
They got the
kill
slushy
the
factory sign out there.
I know, man.
So,
well, I have
Willy Wonka.
the glass I brought for the occasion is a Slushy Fest 2019 glass.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dang.
2019.
Man, that might have been their first
I think it was.
fest.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got the this is my favorite name, the Catalina beer mixer slushy. This one's aged on tangerine, mango, pink guava, sea salt, and vanilla beans. That'll be interesting. And then I'm a sucker for peach, so I also picked up their peach cobbler slushy.
Okay.
I also I don't know if you guys, I don't know if they put any in here, but I love like cinnamon, and if they do it right, if a brewery does it right, like in beers. But this one's just peach, graham cracker, milk sugar, and ice cream.
Ooh, that's interesting. I love peach cobbler.
Oh yeah, and then we got the good old the dreamsicle.
The
one.
dreamsicle, yeah. I think that's one of their first ones that they did.
I think it is, yeah. And I think they even like distroed this one.
They did.
Yeah, and then the last one that we'll have to crack open. It's called Mojo. That's by Baba, and it's I've had this one before. I haven't had any of these except for dreamsicle. This is coffee. So I don't know if
Okay.
you've had a coffee smoothie sour before.
Nope.
No.
This is the first one I
Only
tried,
stouts.
and I like. Do you guys? I mean, you like coffee adjuncts, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, I love coffee.
So-
But I've only had it in like
Yeah,
I think I've had
a
a
stout.
blonde
Okay.
and a stout.
Man, I had a coffee Kolsch once, and that was
Ooh.
stellar. It was out of Arizona, but yeah. So this is coffee, blackcurrant, marshmallow fluff, and blackberry. So
Nice.
I would go into this beer with 0 expectations, because if you like, it's one of my honestly, it's sat in my fridge for a while, so I don't know how good it is still. But it was one of my favorite beers whenever I tried it like several months ago.
Cool.
So
It'll be great.
yeah, so we'll see what we think. But so do you guys have a preference on what beer you want to try?
I've had the Dreamsicle,
All
so
right.
I immediately
Oh,
want to put that one to the side. Which one are you thinking, Joe?
Honestly, I don't care. Surprise me.
I feel like we got to do the Catalina beer.
yeah,
mix.
let's
Okay.
do Catalina. Yeah. You know what? You
We'll
get
try
the
that
reference?
first. Yeah, yeah.
Joe?
Oh,
okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't think the movie's as good as probably everybody else does, but I mean, it's all right.
Get out of here.
I'm
You
not
don't
a
think
huge
it's
Will
that
Ferrell
good?
fan.
Man,
Oh,
putting
dude, it's
that-
the best.
I feel like putting that on the podcast. Those are some fighting words.
That's fine. That's
Yes.
what it is.
It's
I mean, in order to have a
hilarious.
good conversation, you have to have somebody that's controversial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be
100%.
your Stephen A. Smith.
He's the
of-
devil's advocate is what I call him.
yeah, yeah. No, man, it's good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's very quotable. But I'm not a huge fan of Will Ferrell. I think he came up with one character, and he just rinses and repeats.
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
when he did Anchorman, everybody's Ron Burgundy with a different name.
Well, I would say this one's different than Ron Burgundy, though. This character is less serious and more like a spoiled kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So spoiled kid versus I guess he's a spoiled kid as
Yeah.
an anchor.
I'm
Maybe you're right.
Think about
Maybe
it.
he is always a spoiled kid.
Yeah.
I agree. He rinses and repeats it, but the writers wrote some of the best stuff.
Oh, dude,
and John
yeah.
C. Reilly, man,
John C.
he
Reilly
is
is good.
great.
He's awesome. Yeah.
He's great. And if he wasn't in it, it probably would have just been another Will Ferrell movie.
Right.
So.
I
It
gotta
would've
say though.
flopped like Blades of Glory did.
Oh,
man.
dude, that was trash.
I gotta say, Talladega Nights though, I can't help but quote that movie.
I mean, it's very quotable, but again, I think it's Anchorman.
Oh, I mean, it's still
It is.
Just
Ferrell
a
movie.
different
Yeah.
character.
I mean,
Yeah.
I also haven't seen
Same
it
storyline.
in however many years,
Yeah.
so I don't know what I would think of it now. But
I saw it what's funny is I saw it in the theaters and I'm like, this movie sucks. And then I re-saw it on accident one time. It was on, I think it was at a tattoo shop, and it was on, and I'm like, what was
Random.
I thinking? This movie was great. Like, how did I not like it? So I don't know what it was, but maybe my expectations were lower because I'm like, oh, this movie sucks.
Right.
honestly, I
Yeah.
think now the quotes are funnier than the movie itself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because it's at least for me, it's the
I mean,
movie.
If it's
even having
quotable.
two boys named Walker and Texas Ranger, like stuff like that is just great. Like, who wrote that?
I know,
Awesome.
man. All right,
All right,
so
man. So what's the
All right.
what beat everybody out with the right way to do it?
Oh, okay. So yeah. So based off our experiment, our results, our grading criteria from the breweries, we basically determined that it takes 2 rolls. So again, this is just rolling the can, 360 for 1 roll, and turning it so vertically, top
Okay.
over bottom once is
Okay.
how we got what the DFW breweries consider to be the ideal
The ideal
smoothie
pour?
sour pour.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And
What?
the way you said it now is totally different than the way you wrote it on this conclusion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And
You said,
yeah,
it's like said differently.
oh yeah, and it's funny. Like my verbiage on this, I was like, how can I do this experiment and just make it as fun and ridiculous as
Yeah,
possible?
Right.
it's a good job, man.
Right.
It was a blast.
Kudos for sure, man.
Yeah.
Like it's the coolest science experiment I've ever seen.
Now I'm not used to sharing a 12-ounce can, so we'll
That's
see
all
how.
right. Well, when you get a few of them, you're good.
Yeah, we'll just get a little tasters here. It's
yeah,
all right.
a little tasting.
Like, and I had to do different glasses, so they're all weird. I don't know.
Now, I mean, that's another thing. I unless I'm mixing a smoothie sour with an IPA. I'm not gonna put. I'm not gonna.
Good.
Well, I'm not gonna put a. Well, most of the time, I'm not gonna put an IPA in a glass I just drink a smoothie sour out of.
Yeah.
Because it's got all this stuff on the side. I
Right.
have to rinse it out, but
Right. So this will be. So what I'm saying is this one's going to be the most authentic because the rest of them are going to be destroyed because of all the stuff on the side.
yeah.
All right.
I think we should be excessive with the smelling.
excessive with
Yeah.
it because we talked about it earlier.
The drive-by. We got the
Yeah,
drive-by.
so
We got the
because you get a
train.
different smell when you
Oh,
drive
yeah.
by.
Yep.
What fruits in this thing again?
So
All
I
of
think
them.
This, yeah,
Tangerine, mango. So the mango comes
I think,
through
is
really
this
well.
The sea salt one?
Yeah, sea salt.
Yeah. Sea salt and vanilla beans, I think. Yeah,
That,
vanilla
that
beans.
sea salt's for that ocean breeze.
The ocean breeze, really.
Yeah.
I can taste the sea salt, and I
Whoa.
like it.
Oh man, yeah. You definitely
Yeah.
get that some on the back end too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had some beers that put salt, like sea salt in them, and I'm just like, some of them have been overly powerful.
Yeah.
But usually it's like lime and sea salt.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a Berla Wise. Okay. I was wondering if it was a Goza, because Gozas are going to be salt forward.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good for
it's
what
reminded
it
me
is.
of that Modest Mouse song, that ocean breeze salty.
Oh, really?
I'm getting the Modest Mouse.
Honestly, and like I've had a lot of smoothie sours that are, I mean, smoothie sours are supposed to be thick.
Yeah.
But to where they're like this is.
It's not
this
so
seems,
thick.
This seems pretty light.
Yeah, it
light and
does.
refreshing to me.
Yeah, normally they are thicker. This almost tastes like an orange juice.
Yeah, this
Like
has...
put some champagne in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, brunch man.
Then it's
yeah.
the real Catalina mixer right
That's
there.
that's what's funny is like the number one like comment I get from my friends who try a smoothie sour for the first time. Is they're like, I could totally same deal. I could totally put like some champagne or rum in this and have it for brunch.
Right.
Right.
That's when you know you got alcoholic friends. Oh, you can mix this with other alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these come in at what? Probably 5%? What is it?
6 or 7 usually.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
sure
it
about-
says
Yeah.
6.2. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Good
a
call
lot
there,
of
Larry.
times. Now, I have had a few like 8-9% smoothie sours, and those suckers are boozy. But-
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's
Yeah.
hiding the alcohol.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So, we'll continue to drink some beers, but
Yeah.
we'll get into a couple things here. So I know you really like to, from what I've seen on Instagram, it's not just beer that you like. You're a big coffee connoisseur as well.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that the other beer you enjoyed because it has coffee in it. So the question that I was going to do, we're going to do a debate club. What's the best way to have coffee? Like, what's your preferred method of
Ooh.
making coffee?
Like if we're making it, or
Like
if
you're gonna make
somebody's
it at
making
home.
for us.
Or it doesn't matter, wherever. Or do you
Yeah.
do a drip from like a Mr. Coffee? Do you do a French press? Do you do a pour over? Are you a single cup kind of AeroPress kind of guy? Like what do you do?
So I think if it's the ideal scenario, so what I do most of the time is French press, just because I have a 1.5-year-old, so
Mhm.
it's the least maintenance. So I
Oh,
can
yeah.
like brew coffee while still entertaining him.
Yeah.
But my favorite one is honestly, I don't know if you've heard of a Kalita. So it's a Kalita wave. It's kind of like, I mean, it's still a gravity, brewing method. It's literally like if you search it, it's literally, there you go. So it sits
never
on top
seen
of
this.
it typically gets brewed. You'll probably see it on
It's a
there.
slow
It gets
drip,
brewed,
huh?
yeah. So it gets brewed in like a pitcher, like those glass pitchers you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And so the glass one there to the right, the Kalita wave,
Like
or
this
sorry,
right
to
here?
your right. Oh yeah, up, down, left. That's the guy I have.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
So this is almost like a Chemex.
Oh, sorry, one to the right. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that literally just sits on top of like a glass.
yeah, I've
Like
seen
a
those.
you
Yeah,
can
something
either
like this,
do like
just
single
glass.
pour, but a lot of times I'll do like a 4 or 6 cup
Okay.
brew. And so that's honestly one of my favorites. Now, you're sitting there pouring periodically, so it's like
And you
if my wife
do
is
the
watching my
gooseneck.
son, then I'll brew,
Mhm.
then I'll brew
Yeah.
out of the Kalita wave. But
If
And
your
you-
wife's doing it for you, more like it.
Well-
Like, if she's doing it, Kalita
She-
every day.
oh yeah. So I actually enjoy like brewing with this one because it's kind of like relaxing for me. Like if it's like
Oh,
a Sunday
yeah.
morning, before church, and I'm just like,
Oh man.
I've let the wife sleep in, so whenever she's up, she's gonna watch the boy for a little bit, and I'll like crack out the Kalita wave. But, this is if I'm not getting like just like a good old black coffee at a coffee shop too. A lot of times I'll
Yeah.
get like Kalita wave or Chemex, like for the
Really?
slow pour bar.
Yeah, see, the only ones I've ever done are the Chemex.
Yeah,
Now, I don't do it the right way. I don't have a gooseneck coffee pot.
I mean,
I have the old school coffee pot that just pours out.
I only recently got a gooseneck like a few months ago.
Yeah.
So I just been using the one that heats up in like 30
yeah,
seconds.
like the old school one. It's a giant round tip. And so, can you tell a difference
I can
since
so
you've
I
done
actually,
the gooseneck and you do it the right way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's what's funny too. we had some of my wife's friends in for the weekend and took them to. We live like half a mile from Tepps.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
Tepps had like a little artisan market thing, so we took them there and like took them to the McKinney Farmers Market. But that morning, I made like French press and Kalita Wave of like the same coffee.
Yeah.
Because my wife's friend's husband is into coffee too, and like it's crazy how even just the brewing method, you get such a like variation. I mean, kind of like beer or like wine of like the profile in that coffee.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I took a coffee class like last semester of college because
nice.
I only had like 6 credit hours left, but I needed, I think it was like 10 to keep my scholarship. So I was like, all right. Then they didn't have a beer class that semester, so I took a coffee class. It was held at a local roaster in Oklahoma.
Oh,
nice.
Cool. It was so much fun, man. Like learned about like brewing espresso, like all that. So yeah, it was that like kickstarted the coffee aspect of it.
Yeah.
So anytime I have a good stout with a good coffee, it's like
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I went to the Starbucks, and it's funny saying Starbucks because it's so commercial, but the Starbucks plantation in Costa Rica that they just opened up, and did a tour there, and then afterwards they have a Starbucks actually there, and they do every different kind of coffee.
Yeah.
They had one that looks like a science experiment. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I saw them demo it.
It's the like vacuum gravity something, I think.
Yeah, and it like sucks it up. It's
I've always wanted to try. Yeah,
but I'm like, I don't know what it is or how it works. That thing,
dude.
Yes.
It's there's such a science to brewing. I've always wanted to try that at a coffee shop. Man, that's cool. What do you think?
Well, the most interesting about it is just learning about how coffee only grows in certain places around the world.
Yeah.
So you can't just go grow coffee in your backyard.
Yeah.
You have to be at the right mountain elevation and all this. So it's really interesting to see, like, there's only a few places in the world that all coffee comes from.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I think they call it the coffee belt or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like a certain amount of distance away from the equator. It's pretty crazy.
And what they do is they actually donate all the coffee that they grow there.
No way.
That whole plantation is just to donate it, and it's just to bring good coffee to the world.
That's cool.
So it's kind of like a tourist place in just a way that it's like non-profit. So
yeah.
It was cool.
Oh,
that's
super
cool.
Yeah. So it was cool. We get to learn the whole process and like go through each step.
Yeah.
And, pretend that we're coffee makers and stuff. But the only thing I took from it is, what was that meth lab looking thing at the end? What was that? It blew my mind. I drank it, and I'm like, wow, that was cool. But,
that's pretty sweet.
So what's your preferred method?
So I'm not that experienced with all these different stuff. I probably would like that more, what he said. But so I got 2 different ways. I got just a regular pot.
Yeah.
And then we got the French press. My wife drinks French press every day. I used to, but the problem is she drinks it too, and they don't make French press that's that big
enough,
and I drink so much coffee that I'm like, maybe if they had a 30-ounce French press just for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I just do the pot, and then she does a French press, and then I drink coffee all morning.
Yeah.
Like, I'll drink the full pot of coffee myself.
Oh, yeah.
But I do like French press more.
Yeah.
So I can definitely taste the difference between when it's slowly made. Even when you've done the pour overs.
Yeah.
The pour over is always going to be better than
Yeah,
just
because
I'll
do a Chemex sometimes if I want more than 1 cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I can't have too much caffeine or I'll jump off.
I'm the
walls.
same way. If I had 2 is about, sometimes at work like I'll have 1 in the morning and 1 at like 3 o'clock.
Right.
And that's about the sweet spot.
So I was doing an AeroPress for the longest time because it makes 1 cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes an espresso and I just dilute it, make it a cup of coffee. But did the Chemex because it makes about 3 cups. So it's nice to just share if you want to have somebody else. But French press, I will say, it's still good, but it's way more convenient. It's easier to do. It doesn't take near as much time.
Yeah.
But you mentioned wanting to do sit down and have different styles. So there's a local shop here in Sherman Denison area called CJ's Coffee. And the owner actually is a part of our homebrew club.
Oh, nice.
And one day I was in there, and he's like, dude, I didn't have time. I was just getting beer. I was getting coffee and getting out of there. But he said that he'll sit down with you, and he'll make all the different styles. And you can just sit there and taste them so you can see the difference side by side.
Yeah.
Because it's different than, I have a cup here, and then I'll have a cup from something else, 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
You really want to have them side by side to really taste the difference. So I need to hit him up, and we need to just go up there.
Dude,
We do need to.
Like, because
I
I'll
would like
talk to him one
get
day.
a flight of
It's-
coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so much
I
fun.
played disc golf with him once, and we talked, and I'm like, dude, you're going like way over my head with all this stuff because he was getting ready to try some new roasting method. And,
Oh,
like,
nice.
like so
Yeah.
he goes super
I
inside
know,
baseball
like,
and coffee.
I'd like to like know more about roasting, but I know like nothing about like the actual roast process,
Right.
other than the basics. But what's funny like sounds like we have a similar caffeine tolerance.
Yeah, I can't do a lot.
When I did that coffee class,
Yeah.
they call it a cupping. Like whenever you try, we tried 15 different coffees.
Oh, jeez.
Man, I was freaking buzzing. Like it was awesome, but by
You
the end
almost
of it,
feel
I was
high,
just, like,
don't
I felt
you?
like I was vibrating in
Yes.
place.
I didn't know what it was. I'm like, my hands were shaking. I'm at work trying to work, and I'm like feel like lightheaded, and I feel like almost like I'm high.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped drinking a lot of coffee, and I felt finally like, okay, it's the caffeine. All right. So for me right now, because it's hot outside, I'm drinking cold brew.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm drinking a lot of cold brew
Same.
right now.
Yeah.
It's
Cold
hard
brew's
for me
good.
to drink
Yeah.
hot coffee when it's
Hot
especially
outside?
summer in Texas.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'll get I'll do a 64 ounce growler fill at CJ's of their
Oh,
cold
nice.
brew.
Yeah.
And that'll last me a week and a half. 'Cause
Heck
I don't
yeah.
drink a lot of it. So
Yeah.
that's the way I've been doing it lately. And I honestly it's good enough that I just do it black. I don't even add anything
Oh, yeah.
to it.
Oh yeah.
Like a good cold brew, I don't have to do anything with it. It's not as bitter.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll add some sugar to it just to offset some of the bitterness, but you don't get that bitterness out of the cold brew.
Yeah.
So I'm all about it.
Dude,
That's
you
awesome.
got to call me though if you're gonna go drink a flight of coffees because I totally want to do.
Dude,
this.
I need to
I
hit
wanna
him
line
up and see
up.
when he's
Yeah.
going to be there.
Yeah.
Because he has 3 locations now, so he's
Oh, wow.
all over the place. Yeah.
Where else does he have a shop at?
It's just here there's 2 in Denison and 1 in Sherman.
Nice. Yeah.
So, like right here by the hospital, like in between Sherman and Denison is
Yeah.
where one of them is, and then one of them's
Okay.
downtown Sherman and one
Sweet.
downtown Denison.
Yeah, I'll have to stop by there sometime because like my wife's parents live up in Oklahoma near Stillwater,
Okay.
where Oklahoma State is.
Yeah.
And so we drive like up through Sherman all the time.
I mean, literally here off of 75
Yeah.
near the hospital.
Yeah.
It's right across the street,
Sweet.
and they actually have a full-fledged restaurant in there too.
oh, nice.
So you can get like breakfast and brunch items.
yeah.
Like they don't do. I've heard they do a mean steak.
Ooh,
You do steak
really?
and
At a
eggs?
coffee shop, dude.
Yeah, do steak and
That's
eggs.
interesting.
Props to-
Well,
yeah,
because
props
it's
to them.
like it's lettuce indulged, so I don't know if it's like another company that's just like
Or if they,
renting
like, paired
space
with them, or-
yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
That's cool.
Because at the Tri Incubator, which is where the Green Growler is,
Yeah.
they have like short-term leases for restaurants.
Yeah.
And lettuce indulge is there right now.
Oh, nice.
So I saw somebody get steak and eggs there, and I go, okay, I need to try it.
So
So-
is Green Growler a host for that, or are they one of the?
They're one of
participants?
the
Oh,
participants.
nice. How long have they been there?
Since it opened, but they're looking at getting a new place now.
It opened a few years ago. I wish I remember exactly when.
like 2018, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't that long. I remember I was traveling whenever it opened because they had a fire in the building next to it while they were trying to open it up, so it like prolonged their opening because of this big fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why that's how I heard about them is because of that fire.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, what is this? And it's like Try Incubator where you can go try out your business
Yeah.
idea and stuff. And I thought it was a really cool
That
idea.
is cool. Tups, I don't know if you've seen their new like brewery renditions.
Oh, I'm excited about it.
So-
They have that new chef that's coming in.
And dude, they're actually doing an incubator too.
Are they?
So
good.
there's like this whole cool like lawn space with, I mean, there's like I think 3 different buildings that are part of like the Tups development, and there's gonna be a whole area for like local vendors, same deal, to test out their business or like test
Oh,
out their
cool.
products.
That's interesting
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, I
that
saw
they're doing
they
that
were
in
doing
addition to
something.
their own as
So,
well.
and I think so part of it, like the Tups brewery, like this development is a huge partnership with like, I can't remember if there's any city funds involved, but and I don't want to, delve into an area I don't have
Right.
expertise in, but like, it's a big like city deal because
Yeah.
like there's a whole bunch of other like stuff that's gonna be developing around them too.
Nice. Yeah.
and we're like
That's
half,
awesome.
half a mile away. We're
Right.
like, sweet.
Yes.
it's like, have you ever been to Magnolia?
Oh, in Waco, yeah.
Dude, I just went this last time, and we were heading to Austin to visit some family.
Yeah.
And my wife's been wanting to go, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just drop you off. I'll kind of hit the block. And we pull up. I didn't know it was a little town.
Oh, dude,
I
yeah.
thought it was like a furniture shop.
Yeah.
And we got out, and it is super cool.
Dude,
but
yeah.
they do something similar to that where they have like a food truck that's kind of like permanently theirs.
Yeah.
And then they have other food trucks.
I've noticed
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, same deal. We've only been once because my wife wanted to go so bad. But yeah, I had the same thought. I was like, oh, there's like what they got clothes and
It's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like that whole courtyard.
Yeah,
area.
and each one of the businesses, its own building, is another like branch of Magnolia.
Yeah.
So it's the same sister, like parent company, and these are all sister companies, and they have different brands. But it's like, but they're all just one entity here. It's like Walmart and Walmart's, brands. And yeah, it's cool. It was super cool though. So that's cool to have something. I doubt it's comparable as that. That's kind of like the. What would I say here? Like
it'd be like Addison Square.
Yeah,
is like
I was
the best
thinking
thing I can compare it to.
This is going to be like the cool version of that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's like your
of like
housewife
the basic white chick.
Yeah, basic white chick. There you go. Like you go there and there's a lot of college kids and stuff running around.
Right.
This is going to be like the cool college kids.
Yeah. Dude, it's going to be. I mean, Tups already gets a lot of business, but it's about to, and they like distro all over the place now, but like it's about to get nuts. And they're like Highway 5, separates downtown where the new Tups is going to be.
Yeah.
TxDOT's, who knows how many years it is from now. TxDOT's improving like that whole stretch. Like they're thinking about doing like a whole landscape pedestrian crossing like over the highway. Like it's going to be pretty gnarly.
Wow.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's going to be like Dallas style.
Oh yeah, it's going to be.
Where they have that park that goes over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's there are a few like
nice
renditions they've ran past city council. It's going to be pretty sweet.
Oh, you're basically going to be living in Dallas. Dude. Where you used to be like the Sherman to Dallas.
Yeah. So my stepdad, he's originally from Plano and lived. He lives in Kansas City now, but lived in Plano 40 years ago. And whenever I told him we were moving to McKinney, he was like, "Man, McKinney's like middle of nowhere." Because like whenever he lived there, pretty much it was so separated. Wherever everything from Dallas to McKinney blends together now.
Yeah.
And he came down, he was like, whoa. Like,
you've changed, McKinney.
Yeah, I think McKinney's one of the largest growing cities in the state.
In the world, in the nation.
Oh, in the nation?
Like McKinney, Allen,
and
there's
Frisco,
Frisco. These cities are like ranked top 10, and they're 3 cities in the whole nation of growth.
Oh,
and
that's
honestly,
cool.
like living in McKinney, you really don't feel it unless you're in the square, and it's a nice day because it's packed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But it's pretty cool, man. Like. Yeah, we love living in McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney's great. I mean, like I said, that's where all my family is, so I'm totally used to it. But before we get into a new game, do you want to crack open another beer?
Let's do it, man.
Sour, dude.
Sweet.
I was just waiting for the word.
Since you're the expert.
We gotta do the Hawaiian shirt one next. I'm a sucker for
Let's
Hawaiian
do it.
shirts. So this one again is dragon fruit, pineapple, plum, and marshmallow and vanilla.
Again, everything. Like
Throw the whole kitchen sink at it.
Yeah, plum and marshmallow. That's a great combo right there.
So we're gonna get into an old classic game that we like to play. We're gonna get into can you get behind that?
Oh yeah.
So this is it's a kitty grabber.
Dude.
What?
Like
Just go catch your cat.
What?
No way.
These are.
I mean, you can buy them. They're called like something Nabber. I'll have to look it up in a second.
Yeah. These are people whose like cats rule. Yeah. Like if your cat owns you so much that you have to buy one of these, get rid of that cat.
Now I will say for like a animal shelter or something,
that's perfect.
or like a vet office, like that. I mean, that's key.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine.
Like how often do you like pick up a cat? That's the thing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like if you need to pick up your cat to take it to the vet or take it somewhere, like will your cat allow you to just go pick it up?
Yeah, dude. And I have the biggest dick of a cat I've ever met. My cat sucks, but still, I'll go pick it up. Okay. I own it. I'm still like I'm the master here.
Nice. Okay. I got you there. That's awesome.
But no, I have
thanks, man.
I have a friend who I help him put medicine on his cat because his cat's so skittish, and I chase that cat around.
So this would be helpful for that.
It would, because I'm like under the bed, and he's no help at helping me catch his cat. He's just an older guy, and I have. He asked me to come help him put medicine on, and I literally going under the bed. I'm trying to like draw it out with the broom.
So with this, it looks like, I mean, you're not doing shots, are you?
No.
Okay, because I'm thinking that like this is net. Just hold it in that thing, give it a shot, and then you're
done
about your business. Yeah. Then open it up, let it go.
I gotta say though, if you're doing it to your if it's a vet or one thing, if you're doing it to your own cat, because I mean I don't have a cat, but we've had a cat before, and I feel like most cats are vengeful.
Yeah.
Like, is a cat gonna hate you for like 2 months after this?
Like you may be able to get them once, but
Yeah.
getting them again is never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get them once, and then there's gonna be a turd on your pillow, and you're gonna be like, "What's going on here?"
Like,
That's the life of a cat.
Is it weird to me that I can only think of like it's like a panini press for a cat?
Yeah.
Like, just sandwich this cat. I don't know.
Except it's not enjoyable for either party.
Right.
Yeah, I see this as very niche market, animal
Yeah.
shelters,
Man, but
dog
like,
catchers.
I feel
Dog
like, yeah.
catchers. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm like, are those even a real thing?
Yeah, are they still a thing?
Dog catchers? I mean, I don't see those trucks
They're
like running
city
around
employees, but gosh, come to my neighborhood, man. We have to call them all the time.
Really?
Yeah, there's always loose animals.
anymore. Oh, that's right.
And then not to
yeah.
mention, literally,
'Cause you just have
I
problems.
have bunnies in my backyard, and a couple weeks ago, 2 pit bulls busted through my back fence and ripped one of my bunnies
No
to
way.
pieces.
What?
Yeah, so we actually had to. I was out of
Dude.
town. My wife had to call the city, and then they show up and they're like, "We need backup."
Oh my gosh.
They had to get
What?
backup. But yeah, all that was left was a bunny leg. So
Oh,
it was a
no.
vicious
Dude.
attack. But this
Dang.
thing right here would have done nothing to those pit bulls.
Oh,
no, no.
It
It'd
might
be-
have trapped their head in there. That was it.
This would be good for a cat. I could see using it on a bunny, like something small and furry.
Another thing that would hate you after you did it once.
Yeah, but
too.
I feel like I've never owned a bunny, but like, would you need one of those for a bunny? I feel like bunnies are a little bit more manageable than
They're fast,
than a cat.
so they are
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to catch.
Yeah, the speed side of things.
But once you used it once on them, they're kind of like cats, where they're vengeful
yeah.
and they're very temperamental. They'll hate you after that.
So, can you get behind this though? That's the question.
That's the question of the day, huh?
It goes, it sounds like I can get behind it for like a kennel or like a vet.
Yeah, I'm right there too.
For personal, or so it's I can get behind it for commercial use, not personal use.
Unless you just have like 30 cats or something.
And
Then
at
maybe.
that point, it's
You
why
got
are you
more
trying
problems.
to catch your cat?
Yeah, you got more problems than just catching it with
You
a
got to
with a
fix
net.
that piss smell first.
Yeah, you need one that's like 5 times the size, and you just scoop them all up. Yeah, it's basically a lawn chair. They got the idea from the old school lawn chairs
did,
that
yeah.
used to fold up like that.
Right. That's
So
funny.
this one's
'cause-
good, huh?
So yeah, what do you guys think about that?
So the
I'm
pineapple
really
comes
enjoying
through
it.
really
That-
well.
It does. It's totally different experience than the last one too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that
Yeah.
sea salt honestly is. I feel like that's like the key factor in why this one's so. I mean, one of the reasons.
To me, when I breathe out in my nose, though, I get that marshmallow,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I really enjoy, the marshmallow.
Yeah. That's like,
It's like
that's my
fruit.
wife's favorite adjunct in
Mhm.
smoothie sours. Is
Really?
But yeah, like there's a brewery called Urban South down in Houston.
Okay.
That like I feel like they put marshmallow in like every one of their beers. We got to go there whenever we went down to Houston. I think it was last year. And yeah, she's like, if there's ever a marshmallow sour, she's like, grab that sucker.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, and I know 903 uses like whole marshmallows and not marshmallow fluff.
Oh, really? That's
Well, I mean,
interesting.
I've just seen it, like, and
Yeah.
they'll throw it into the mash.
Yeah. That's
So,
interesting.
because I would think that marshmallow fluff would
Yeah.
give you
Yeah.
more flavor, but it might do too much sugar. I don't know. There's got to
Yeah,
be
I
a
don't
reason
know
behind
either.
it because I don't get as much marshmallow as you guys are. It's
Yeah.
very, very light for me.
See, I get it more
Um,
from like the texture, I think, than I do necessarily from the flavor.
For me, what it reminds me of is I've had a cheesecake, a strawberry cheesecake one, and I drank one of them and I loved it. And then, because I love cheesecake, but I'm not big on sugar, I drank a second one and it was almost like I overdosed.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't drink these ever again.
Yeah.
Like, it was just too sweet for me.
Right.
But that smell that I'm breathing out my nose is what
Yeah.
I was breathing out from that
Oh,
cheesecake,
yeah.
which I think was
Really?
marshmallow too.
Yeah.
So it could be PTSD from having too much sugar. Don't-
Right.
If you like, I was hypoglycemic as a kid, so I had to eat a lot of sugar, and I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
outgrew it. But now I'm not big on sweets. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather eat beef jerky than candy
Oh,
and
dude.
stuff.
Yeah.
So if I have too much sugar, it makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
2 was too much for
That's
me.
funny. I used to have a huge sweet tooth when I was little, but same
Mhm.
deal now. Like, I got a box of, like Mike and Ike's the other day, and I ate the whole box. I was like, I regret that. 100%.
Yeah. Like, oh, what I eat
Yeah,
all
when
that
it comes
sugar.
to candies, no thanks, but like I can't keep cookies in the house or
Oh.
like chocolate, like that stuff's gonna go gone. I
it's
can't buy it.
dangerous. Yeah.
Like ice cream. I ate a whole pint at once. I have no
Oh,
self control.
It's bad. It's so my wife, she's gluten free, not by choice. She doesn't have celiac, thank goodness.
Oh, okay,
but
good.
she has a pretty bad gluten intolerance, and so it's bad. Anytime we get like gifted something or like one of my parents visits and they leave behind something that's like that she can't eat, it's game over. It's so bad.
What, you smash it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like cookies and cream ice cream. That whole pint is freaking gone in like a night.
Yeah.
No self-control.
No.
I have none of it.
The self-control ends once I take that first bite. Like
right.
I can stave off leaving it in the freezer for a bit, but like the second I cave in and take that first bite, that thing's gone.
Like you're just eating it all in one day.
Yeah.
So that's exactly how it goes.
So I think I like the second one more than the first one. The first one was good, but I like the flavors of the second one.
I do. I like the tropical flavors of it a little bit better.
Yeah,
it's another one that's thinner though. It's not as thick.
Yeah.
So.
Which honestly I like.
Which I haven't had them in a long time since they like first came out with them.
Yeah.
So maybe they've improved on some stuff and made it to where it's not as
honestly,
I don't know.
These are good. Like these are perfect pool beers.
Yeah.
Like I've had some smoothie sours where it's. I mean, not that it's bad to be thick, but so thick that it's heavy. Like
it's
in
like
the
heavy
sun,
on your
you're
stomach.
just like,
yeah. Milk was a bad choice.
Yeah.
So
these are good.
Here's another. Can you get behind that? So there was this house in Illinois that was sold recently, and basically the whole thing was underground. So here's a picture.
What do you
of
mean? Basically, the whole thing was underground. Oh, so
like
legit underground.
Oh, and it's not even like a hill. It's just like in the
okay,
ground.
all
it's
underground.
a bunker. They sold a bunker,
and then they have like a garage, a detached garage.
Was there like a little?
Above
is that
ground.
the only portion that's above ground? Man,
that's what I'm understanding. Yeah.
Whoa.
perfect
so the whole
for tornadoes.
Yeah.
Whole thing's underground. You got a tiny little window here.
Oh yeah.
It's like a basement. It's literally a
yeah,
basement.
it's like they just destroyed the
I
top
wonder
half
if
of the
it
house.
used to have a second story.
Yeah, they just demolished that sucker.
Like we just
They had one tornado or something. They're like, all right, that's it.
We're good with the basement.
Yeah. It's
Look at the
weird.
water collecting on the roof.
What?
I mean, it's not. There's no grade to the roof. So
There's
nothing
not.
comes out.
Yeah, it's just flat.
It's just the old
So, like-
foundation of the house.
It really makes me wonder if that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, 2 bedrooms, 832 square feet.
$32,000.
32,000.
Man, I might be able to get behind that for $32,000.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
And then build a house on top of it. Build the rest of the house out.
Oh yeah, endless possibilities.
Dude.
Yeah, I can get behind this. That's not even bad. 32,000 nowadays. So that's when did this sell?
It says here that
26th?
May,
Really?
like
Dang.
in May of this year.
That is still
Yeah.
really
Probably because
cheap.
everyone was like, I don't want to live below ground.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
swear
so
I saw this
cheap.
online, and like the comments were like, "This is the dumbest thing ever."
No, these people. These are the same people
is
that.
Illinois even in like Tornado Alley?
No,
No,
Illinois, no.
no, you got to
It's
worry about
north.
like heavy snow.
Yeah.
But it's perfect for Illinois because stray bullets. You're underground.
Yeah,
You got to worry about it.
Don't have to worry about that at all. That's great. So, I mean, for the cost, I think it makes it to where I can get behind it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
If it was,
if we take cost
I mean,
out
if it
of
was
the
110 grand, I'm like, I don't know. But
I think-
for 32 grand,
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
can't
hard to
get a
pass up.
lot
Oh,
for
yeah.
32 grand nowadays.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean-
get a lot, and you get a basement already built.
Dude, honestly, to his point, I'd buy that sucker for 32 grand, build on top of it,
Yeah.
and sell that thing for, I don't know, max profit.
For too much money? Yeah, right. Like no matter where it is in Illinois, like,
Oh, yeah.
forget about it. Which
You
I wonder if that plays a part into how
I'm
cheap
sure,
it is
yeah.
based on
Well,
where
yeah,
it's located.
What does it say? Deer Creek, Illinois is what it said?
Still, in today's market, man,
Yeah.
anywhere that's so cheap still.
Yeah.
I know. Man, the
32,000.
market's. I feel so bad for people that are need to buy homes.
Yeah, it's
right now.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know everybody's like talking about how it's perfect time to sell your home, but then
You
we're
gotta buy.
gonna get
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Then you're gonna be homeless,
Yeah.
or unless you got an RV and you just want to
Yeah.
travel around
Yeah.
and wait for the bubble to pop.
Because the amount
That's
of money you're
answer.
gonna gain, you're just gonna put right into a new house.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can find one.
Man,
Right.
our neighbors though, so they recently moved, not even like at the height of all this stuff, but they moved. I think it was like a year ago now. They moved to Arkansas area where it's not near as like crazy. In
Yeah, it's
Texas,
not.
But they bought their home 7 years ago. I guess 8 years ago now, for 130.
Mm-hmm.
Put about $60K into it between like a whole bunch of stuff, like a new their retaining wall is way bigger than the one you're gonna have to do. But
Yeah.
like all that stuff. So put about $60K into it. They sold it for $310,
Wow.
and that was
yeah.
before. It's probably worth more now.
Yeah, it's
Right.
worth way more
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. No, I can only imagine. Like
Yeah.
I've done nothing to this house, and I've already.
It's,
I mean, I'm almost doubled it.
it's
And I'm like, it
doubled.
makes no sense.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's nuts.
And I'm
man.
like, I built the podcast studio.
Or side note, are you guys down for?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Let's do one more. We'll
I
do
guess
one more.
Same
here.
glass, huh?
Yeah, we're just.
I'm like,
yeah, just
like I
keep
was
the
gonna
same
take that glass, but then I'd feel bad because
Oh,
you
you're
guys
the
are having
only one with
these.
the.
All right, I don't
To your
feel bad
point
anymore.
earlier about like overdosing on sours, I legit thought whenever I put 4 sours in my cooler, I was like, maybe I should stick an IPA in here. Like,
Yeah, nah.
break up the
Right.
bunch.
But technically, I could say I've drinking 3/4 of a sour.
Exactly.
I haven't
Yeah.
actually.
Man, that's
drinking
the best
all
part
of
about
it.
sharing beers. You get to try.
Yeah.
This is a little bit.
Awesome.
You get a
Thank
little bit more
you.
out of this one.
Yep.
Sweet,
Ooh, this one smells like peach cobbler.
It
I'm
does.
pumped, man. I'm a big peach fan.
dude. So like
Mm.
you mentioned living in McKinney. So when I think peach cobbler, I think
Oh,
of
Hutchins? Dude,
Because Hutchins barbecue, you get
The
free
free
peach
dis-
cobbler
Dude.
and
I'm not gonna lie.
banana pudding.
Whenever, like, at the height
Really?
of COVID, when all the restaurants were shut down, I was like, you could get Hutchins to go, but I was like,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
It's
You
not
don't
the
get
same
that-
if I don't get that peach cobbler, dog.
yeah, exactly. That and that. I don't know if you like banana pudding.
Yeah, no, I mean, so like I like to go with my dad, and my dad is a banana pudding fan. I like the peach cobbler, so it just works out for us.
Hutchins. I'm gonna
Dude.
have to check this
Dude.
place out.
Hutchins
Have
barbecue
you had
is great. It's off.
Have you had one of
I
their
think
Texas
Tennessee.
Twinkies?
I'm not sure.
Oh, dude. Okay,
What
so
is it?
So they're Texas Twinkies. They take these giant jalapenos.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I've had
Stuff
these.
them with brisket and cream cheese, and
Yeah.
wrap those suckers in bacon.
So
I could go
shout
there
out-
and just eat those.
I'll shout out a place here in Sherman called Magic Smoke Barbecue.
Ooh.
It's just a really small place. They used to only be a food truck, and their food truck was at the last Craft and Night Away here in Sherman, and they were doing those. They
Oh,
called
dude.
them something, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
because they're big enough where it's basically a meal on its own.
Oh, yeah.
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 I know. Half the time I don't even get anything else at Hutchins. I just get like 2 or 3 of those suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
I don't
set.
know, man. That's one place though, Hutchins, that you can go in and you can still get real thick cut brisket, and
their
they'll
brisket
even
is so
ask
good.
you, do you want it on the fat side? And I'm like, if you don't get it on the fat side,
Yeah.
why are you getting brisket?
I know. Honestly, it works out. So my wife is not a big like fat on meat person.
Oh, I love it.
And so any cuts that have like the fat on it, that's all mine, man. It's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah.
So Hutchins is legit because you can get that. Most places, it's usually chopped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't mind if I'm putting on a sandwich, but if I really want to taste your brisket, like,
I'm
that's
about to
what
check
I'm
them
doing.
out. So I've never actually been there, but somebody told us about the Texas Twinkies, and I made them. Remember when I had that barbecue?
Oh,
that
yeah.
somebody gave me.
Ooh, yeah.
I got a whole bunch of barbecue in my freezer, and somebody told us about it. So we actually stuffed jalapenos with the
Oh,
barbecue
dude,
and made
yeah.
it. It was super
Oh
good.
man,
Yeah.
Does this tell you that it has cinnamon in it or something?
it doesn't.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
yeah,
So I specifically taste like vanilla bean ice cream.
yeah.
It's not like homemade vanilla.
And honestly,
It's vanilla bean
Yeah.
ice cream,
Oh,
I like
yeah.
the
which is
taste.
what you need for
It-
like cobbler or
totally.
pie.
Yeah. I like the taste, but honestly, I get more peach out of the smell than I do
Oh
necessarily
yeah,
the taste.
for
Yeah.
sure.
It's got the tart though. It's got the
Mhm.
peach tart, but
does, yeah.
I think that what kind of drives you away from the taste of peach.
Hmm.
It's good.
This is good.
To me, this one's probably the best smelling one.
Yeah.
Out of all of
Oh.
them, it has the best smell to it.
I agree. Yeah. I know this smells like straight peaches.
Yeah, I want to live in that.
Yeah.
I want
turn
to
this
just.
into a candle. so
Yeah.
that-
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Although I'm not a big like sweet candle person.
It's okay, man. You
If-
can,
if I
you
burn
can
it for a
admit
little
it. You can bring out your what is it, heterosexual? It's cool.
Only sandalwood.
So it's like
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
only
leather.
sandal bacon, leather.
I don't know. I'll be real weird during the fall. I like a good like cinnamon apple.
Ooh. Okay. That's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, but granted, that's like seasonal.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't do it any other
still,
time.
Like once it starts getting cool,
Yeah,
the
well,
leaves are changing.
If I come in the house and it
smells,
smells like somebody's making a pie, like what's up?
Yeah, no, that's good.
I'd be hungry 24/7.
Yeah.
hmm
Always craving pie.
I mean, I guess I'm hungry 24/7 anyways.
Yeah.
but-
So we'll play one more game here. So I wanted to do this is basically like the sports minute. Okay. So I wanted to show you some videos and get your reaction on them. Videos of animals playing sports is basically what it is.
This is what put YouTube on the map.
yeah, really.
Back in the day. Oh, I've seen the squirrel that skis.
No
yeah, this is a
way.
real thing.
What?
Oh no, this. Oh
Wait,
yeah,
is this on
squirrel.
exports? X Games? I saw a little,
No, it's a GoPro video, so
okay.
I'm
I
not
saw
sure.
a little like a logo.
It's
at the
X
bottom
for
that looked-
Extreme or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I've seen this dude for years now. I don't know if it's the same one or if it's kind of like bulldogs who skateboard, where it's like you can train
you can
squirrels
train a
to
bulldog
do
to do it.
Dude.
I wonder if you can just train squirrels.
So
to water
I had never
skate.
seen this before, so it was unique to me.
Yeah, yeah. Not
I want to
that
know what
same
goes
one.
through that squirrel's head. Like if he's,
I know.
I feel like he's either. Well, it looks like he's he's pretty used to it now. But
I mean, they put him in the water and he just knew what to do.
yeah,
It's like he wasn't like
Yeah.
out of his own free will. Like
Oh,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
No, he
Go ahead.
says hey, what's going through his head is send it.
well, honestly,
Send
that was my
it.
thought. Is like I feel like that squirrel's like I'm such a bad egg.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, let's hit some ramps.
So you talked about
The
bulldogs,
bulldog. I had to film that
but
one behind
this is a
What?
turtle on a
I've
toy
seen
car.
this one too recently. This one's a new one. That like when they clean out his cage, they put him on that skateboard and he
Dude.
loves it.
Yeah, they
That
like,
is
put him on like a
awesome.
little car, like a little like Hot Wheel car. He just runs around like it's nothing.
I like how he lives in a kiddie pool.
yeah, right.
Well, so like my ex-wife's aunt has a turtle, and like she's had the turtle for years, and like they'll grow as big as whatever like environment that they're in. So she's got like a huge like 100-gallon tank that he's in
Dang, yeah.
with like a log hanging out of it, so he can get up there and sunbathe and stuff. And
Nice.
like it's the things. I mean, it's pretty big now. It grew up to be a pretty large size.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the size this turtle's gonna get inside of a kiddie pool.
Oh, dude.
Like-
yeah.
Yeah.
They just grow and grow. Yeah. So this is legit, in my opinion.
Oh, I
think
agree.
this is cool.
Yeah.
And then
I
I
think I'm
got
gonna have fun just watching the turtle scoot around all the time.
right. And then this one here is a
Brett's
guinea
Guinness World
pig.
Record. Don't make a world record for literally anything.
Yeah.
So this is the most slam dunks by a guinea pig in 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh! In
Oh.
30 seconds. It's like when you're cheating the machine at the arcade. You just put it in. Throw back? Oh, he's gonna go get another one.
So it's funny when I read the comments on this or the like description, it said that even though they broke the Guinness World Record, she's seen them do them faster than this.
Oh, yeah.
That's one
So
where I
that,
feel like
under
if I
pressure.
had guinea pigs and I saw this, I would say, you know what, I could probably do better.
yeah, oh, yeah. I
Because
could
that was
beat
kind of
that.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you need to get your guinea pig to that next
Dude,
level.
put some food in that ball. That
Yeah.
sucker will be.
Something, yeah.
and then thump it out of his mouth and then give him another one. Like
Yeah, see, it says
you can
here.
get some kind of new efficient way of getting him there and back.
Right. I mean, it even says here wasn't their personal best. So, like, I mean, I understand you have to, like, film it. You have to, like, call
Yeah.
the Guinness crew or whatever. It has to be,
Yeah.
like, official. So, like,
Hey, if you're
maybe it's a big pain in the ass. I
I mean,
don't know.
if you're putting in the work to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, get like a selfie stick and just prop that, like, get a little
Yeah.
tripod.
yeah, something,
Exactly.
I guess.
Do better.
Yeah.
Like that's the best you had. Call a friend over to
Yeah,
film
yeah.
it.
I mean, I don't know the criteria. Do you have to have somebody present?
I think you do.
You have to have
actually.
someone. I'm pretty sure like that represents Guinness.
Yeah.
Like Guinness
Yeah,
Book of
that's
World
what I
Records.
thought.
Like, yeah. To
Yeah.
like, man, wouldn't that be a job?
Yeah,
Like
I know.
I saw a guinea pig today, a turtle riding a car. Like I wonder what
Yeah.
kind of like the crazy stories they have.
I saw on Fantasy Factory whenever they broke the record. I think for the skateboard, or they broke a record for something on
For
there.
what?
It's probably the world's biggest skateboard that they rode. But I remember they had someone from the Guinness,
Yeah.
someone from Guinness there.
Oh, yeah,
it's
the
skateboard that
the
they
larger
rode.
skateboard. Okay. Yeah. That's a giant skateboard.
I know.
Get out of here.
Rob Deerdeck, man.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the world records I've seen have been bizarre.
Oh yeah.
So when I saw that this guinea pig won the world record, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do something dumb like this. It's like niche markets.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a guy I like to watch on YouTube when I'm bored. He's a professional eater. His name's Matt Stoney,
Yeah.
and he's done this thing about like eating a medium pizza as fast as you can. And like I've seen him do it in like 30 seconds.
No way.
A medium
Dude,
pizza, and then like the thing is that there's a bunch of guys that do like YouTube competitive eating,
Right.
and they'll all like compete against each other online.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So like it's cool to go, oh, let's watch this guy. Oh, so Matt did it in this time. Here you go. I'm gonna try to beat that.
I think it's weird that you're like, I like to watch this. Like you like to watch someone eat.
Like
fast.
when I get bored.
When I get
like
bored.
do you not watch like the Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest on July 4th?
I'm
Is
not
it weird that I know it's Nathan's Famous?
It sicks me out because they just chug water.
Dude, well,
and
it's
like
just soaking
solid.
the bun. Oh yeah. Like I'm all for like
Ugh.
I'll watch like food blogger or like someone like trying these like crazy foods
Yeah.
all day. But man, because I've tried to do a couple like food eating contests before, never
Oh, no.
or like food challenges. Like
Yeah.
there's this place in like Phoenix. It's like a Alice Cooper themed restaurant.
Oh,
Or
cool.
I think actually Alice Cooper. I'm pretty sure he started the chain. Or honestly, he probably just paid for it.
Yeah.
They have one of their challenges. I can't remember the name of the hot dog. It's named after a famous baseball player that used to play down there. But this sucker, it's like a 2-foot long hot dog. It's not just a hot dog. The dog's like
It's like a pretty
it's,
nice
it's
size
like
sausage.
a brat,
Okay.
and then it's on a full baguette, topped with all this stuff like chili, jalapenos, all that.
Yeah.
And then you get a full side of fries next to it, and you have I can't remember how long it takes to eat it, but the issue with those, like by the time I got to the last of it, the thing was I wasn't even like necessarily full. It was just I was so tired of that taste.
Oh
it made me
man.
Yeah, dude. It was like
I've never done it, but I always wanted to.
like I finished it, and like afterwards I was just like, and you can't. I mean, like most challenges, you can't.
is it
puke
this?
or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called?
Oh,
The
man.
yeah, that's the sucker.
You have
Something
to
in
go
Arizona.
What do they call it?
Like the 12, I don't know.
I can't remember what they
Man
call it.
versus Food did it.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's that sucker, and they like set off a siren whenever someone orders it.
Oh, okay.
But big unit is what it's called. It was like a
The
nickname.
Big Unit?
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
a nickname of a famous baseball player, I guess.
Oh, okay,
And,
I gotcha.
yeah, no, that sucker. Like, what's funny is after I ate it, I felt so sick
Oh, yeah.
largely because of the taste. Like the last few bites, I was like, this. My first bite was like, this tastes amazing because it is like actually a good, good hot dog.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, I'm like, I don't want to taste another hot dog for months.
Right.
And then we went and got dessert afterwards
Oh,
because
no.
I was like,
I mean, so I've heard that there's something within your stomach that when it tastes sweets, it like just expands and allows you to continue to keep eating.
oh yeah.
Like there's something weird with it where when you say do you have room for dessert, you're always gonna have room for
See,
dessert.
that makes more sense. My wife
That
just
is
says I have a
interesting.
separate stomach for dessert, but that makes a lot more sense.
I mean, that's what I understand. Like that's the bro science part of the show
Yeah.
where we don't really know what we're talking about.
I don't know. I sent you something while we're on the topic of hot dogs.
Man.
I saw it, I think yesterday, and it's worth calling out. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is it. It's always the sides that fill you up, though.
Yeah.
Potatoes. That's what they.
Well, that's
how
the
they get
kickers.
you.
You got to eat all the fries as part of it.
So what is the deal? If you do it, you get a shirt. You get
you
the
get a
hot
shirt.
dog for free.
You get you get a shirt. You get the hot dog for free, and you get up on the wall.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no. I think it'd be worth it if there was monetary,
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
monetary means behind it. But no.
I feel like I could do it. The hot dog, at least. That seems like the most doable out of all.
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
there's some of them where I watch them like do a food like I don't know, like there's one in I think it's Memphis, and it's like it's
Like-
a burger meat, but I can't remember how many
Oh.
pounds of it is, and you can do 4 people, but I want to say it's like 25 pounds of meat or something crazy, and I'm like is
Is it like one of those giant burgers you have to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
it
one in
is.
I've
Oklahoma
seen that.
City that does that.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
giant burger. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, forget about it. Like,
I don't think
and
they
they
give it to you
always
for free,
get you
though.
with all the extra like weird
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
and then
challenge-
the timer. They know how to make it difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're like, oh yeah, it's, 30 minutes. That's plenty of time. It's like, well, we know that 30 minutes is not plenty of time.
Yeah.
We know that's just enough to make you feel confident, but it's
Exactly,
not
yeah.
doable unless you're a fat dude.
So get out of here. See, because that like Man versus Food is a show that I watched.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is you mentioned eating that giant hot dog and how you liked the taste of it. It's funny because that guy Matt Stoney, I've seen him do like the burritos from like Chipotle. He'll do 5 burritos in 5 minutes.
Dude.
And
That's so fast.
I remember him eating them, and he got to one, and he goes, "Oh, this one's really good. Oh, I really like the meat in this one." I'm like, "How are you even tasting it? You're
Dude,
going
right?
so fast."
That's
So it's
hilarious.
bizarre.
I could eat one in 1 minute probably, but 5.
Yeah, I don't know about 5.
That's a lot.
Like he
No
smashes
way.
them out. Yeah.
Goodness.
I don't know. I like to think that I always give like a Qdoba or Chipotle employee a challenge whenever I go
Right.
there. It's like just fit as much
Dude.
stuff in there as possible.
Dude, just put it in a bowl.
They got so
like
cheap
it's so
now,
messy.
Hey,
though.
honestly,
They're getting cheap.
I know. Well, what you got to do? I don't know if I should say this.
Go
on
ahead.
air. What you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do
go ahead
is
and say
you
it
gotta
on air.
It's a
go.
life hack.
If Chipotle or Qdoba takes us away, I apologize to the masses. But because Qdoba and Chipotle are listening to this
Yeah,
podcast right
right.
now.
Exactly.
For sure.
But if you go get a nachos with chips on the side, and so because nachos, like you typically like if you get a burrito bowl and chips on the side, it's more expensive. If you get nachos with chips on the
Oh,
side,
I've
you
never-
get as much as a burrito bowl, but you get chips on the side and it's the same price.
Wait, nachos though?
Yeah.
What's the nachos?
Like you
No,
order
like
nachos.
if you order nachos just straight up, it's chips with all the toppings on top of it.
Okay, yeah.
But if you order the chips on the side, they put it in a bag. You get more chips and you get more food.
I
And it's the
gotcha.
same
because
price.
I always order a
Yes.
bowl with chips on the side because I just use the chips as
Yep.
as
Yeah.
forks
Yeah,
and
dude.
spoons.
Nachos.
So nachos
but get the
instead.
chips on the side.
Man, I knew there was a reason I asked this guy to come on the show.
Yes, exactly.
But that kind of stuff right there, man, this is the kind of stuff we all need to know.
Dude, life hacks.
Yes. Yes. Well,
All right, so speaking
Yeah.
of life hacks,
So life
transition
hacks
into
here.
this.
I paused the video and all it says is it's how to make a hot dog at home.
Do you
Love
want to
it.
know how to make it from scratch? Like, you ever wondered, how do I make my own hot dog? This is going to show you how.
Well, let's see.
Oh boy.
I like how he does the bun and all.
Look, dude. Boom. It's like a twice baked hot dog.
I like how he does the bun
I know.
and
Yeah.
everything.
That's hilarious, man.
I'm like, this actually might be good.
Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to try it now.
It's like way too many carbs, but yeah, I get it.
It's twice baked, man.
I like how we went to 7-Eleven too.
Yeah. We got a cute quick trip around the corner.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I've never had a gas station hot dog.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, dude.
I've done like the
They're-
fried burritos and like taquitos, but I've never ventured to the hot dog with the cheese or the.
You get about the same stomach experience that you would from a taquito.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so it's not as bad.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Taquitos are fried, though.
Well, that's true. And if it's like one of those, like the spicy taquitos.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime
You're-
they're frying it, you don't know how old
Yeah.
the oil is
Oh,
and
dude.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you go to like a quick trip when they put those like frozen taquitos
they throw
on,
them
the
on the roller?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a safer bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on what gas station you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You go to an Allsips,
Oh,
Dude,
Yeah.
you're risking your
everything's
life.
fried at Allsup's,
Yeah.
man.
and it's like fried in some oil that they just have
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But there's something that's nostalgic about it because I don't get it all the time.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like,
speaking
like
of gas
they're real
stations,
popular in West Texas.
Totally not related, but
Yeah.
talking about gas stations, pizza pockets, man.
Yes.
Those pizza pockets.
Wait,
You know about
Oh, I know
that
about
must
pizza
mean
pockets.
you're from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Ah,
So-
right here. Dude,
No,
yes.
dude, because we talked about this one day, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I've never heard of it because I'm
Dude,
from Texas.
We take the back way. We never take I-35 to get to my wife's parents' house. There's a gas station in Tupelo. Like, you would never go to Tupelo for any other reason.
No,
than
we're
driving
going
there.
out here so I can travel.
You're allowed to.
There's a gas station in Tupelo that has your pizza pockets. Like,
Does that the barbecue burrito?
oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
Barbecue burrito. They
yes.
have a smoked bologna. Like,
I don't do
yeah,
this
dude.
bologna, but dude, that's awesome. That was my childhood.
Yeah, man.
Dude, we're doing
yeah.
a road trip
Pizza
now.
pockets.
Dude, we have to. You've never had
Tupelo.
a pizza pocket before.
No, I've never
You
had
haven't
it.
lived yet.
I
Yeah,
guess
You
not.
haven't.
I guess not. Like the closest thing was that stuff you get at Allsup's.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not apparently, but because everybody I've talked to says it's an Oklahoma staple and you can't get it anywhere else.
It's funny though. I think you were talking about how the dough's a little chewier.
Yeah.
It totally is though. It's like similar, but it's totally.
Oh
different.
man, when he brought it up, it like brought me back.
I'm
to
sure
being a
your
kid.
listeners were like, "Dude, stop talking about freaking pizza pockets."
no.
But
No, they
Oh,
know.
I love it. That's great.
I mean,
man.
we're helping them out. We're telling them how to do
Yeah,
life hacks.
exactly.
How to twice bake a hot dog.
how to roll a sour, man? They got everything they
Yeah.
need.
So today is all about life hacks.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's the name of the episode there. So, man, I really appreciate you coming out, educating us a little
Dude,
bit.
yeah. Thanks for
Because
having me, guys.
I will say I think the beer tasted a little bit better. I don't know if it's because
Mm-hmm.
of the environment or because you poured it just right.
I do a great job of pouring beer. It's
Yeah.
my one life skill.
Okay. I mean, I will say that you did a great job. So thanks, man. Your Instagram, what's your Instagram
is
tag?
Brews Cruise. I had to do 2 underscores afterwards because there were too many Brews Cruise accounts that didn't post stuff. So, I brought you guys a couple stickers.
Real quick before we end, man. So what is Brews Cruise? We didn't even stop and ask about this.
Yeah. So what's
didn't
funny,
ask about the name. No, I didn't.
So it all started much to my wife's chagrin. It all started because my wife is amazing at like posting life updates and pictures of our kid on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
And a few years ago, my mom was like, "Why don't you ever post anything?" I said, "All I do is drink beer and eat food. Like, what am I going to post about?" And my wife, Bailey, she was like, "You should start an Instagram account." And I was like, "I like it." So I was like, okay. I think I still have my whatever Apple Note. I like ran down a list of like a whole bunch of different names. And like, I'm sure you guys have heard like the term Booze Cruise.
Yeah.
So like, I was just like rambling. I said Brews Cruise, and I was like, dude, because part of it was like, I mean, what I do, like beer, but also coffee, you know,
coffee.
brews.
I've seen coffee.
And my biggest thing with it too, I mean, like I post a lot of, you know, little random reels or like about the beers I drink, but like there are
you're way better at the reels than I am. I'm too boomer about it. I'm not as hip.
Anytime I use the word hip, my wife is like, "You're automatically not hip for
using
okay, well,
the term hip." All right.
But my biggest thing with starting it too is just like there are so many cool, like, I mean, you guys know about most of them, but like so many cool like little breweries or like coffee shops.
Yeah.
That like it's such a tough industry to be in.
Right.
So like as much as I can do to like shed light on some of these, you know, these local breweries, especially like the local aspect. Like,
oh, for sure.
I don't know, and like getting to meet the fact that you can go to a brewery or go to a coffee shop, sit down and have a conversations with someone who a lot of times turns out to be like the head brewer or like someone who started the place.
Right.
It's so cool. So like anything that I can do to put the name out on them to like hopefully get them some more business.
Right.
That's like, I mean, that's honestly the goal, is just to lift up like the DFW. And I post about like out of state stuff too whenever I travel and stuff. But like that's the end goal, is to give the DFW like beer and coffee scene some love and exposure to elsewhere.
Sweet,
dude. And you've done a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, I've followed you for a little while now, and I've realized I need to get better at social media.
Dude, it's fun, man. I mean, it's definitely. I don't know how people, there are like, you know, there are influencers or whatever that say like, you got to post a reel a day. I don't know how the heck anyone's supposed to post a reel a day. It takes me like way too long to like think up of one reel. So like it'll be, and I'm honestly, I don't know if you guys are probably a lot better at this than I am, but like a lot of times I'm too hard on myself. If I haven't posted in like a week, I'm like, God, like I'm gonna be better about posting, you know?
Yeah, like, I do that, where like I feel like I need to post at least something every day.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then I'm
hard,
like, I get busy on the weekends and I don't post anything, and I'm like, look.
And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get home and I just want to enjoy my beer. I don't want to post about it. I just want to have my lager, sit back, and just like hang out.
Yeah,
you know?
I get it.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So you guys need to check him out. Mm-hmm. It is Brews Cruise, and there's 2 underscores.
Yep.
It's not just one giant one. There's 2 underscores at the end. But I'll put all your information in the description of the video. So
appreciate it, man.
Everybody needs to go follow him. While you're following stuff, if you don't already follow us, make sure to follow us as well. It's underscore dudes and brews.
I mean, obviously you guys are going to tag me, but I'm definitely going to be sharing. Like, I think a lot of the people that like follow me and that I follow would totally vibe with you guys' podcast.
Nice.
It really is.
That'd be sweet.
I was telling him, it really is. It just feels like we're just hanging out with you guys, having a beer. So
that's our goal.
That's the idea.
The goal, dude, is just to make it as less stressful as possible. Like, we have fun. That's what we do. We started doing this just to have fun, and that's all.
So sorry. Well, okay, real quick. I know we're trying to wrap things up. I do have.
You're good, bro.
3 questions for you guys, if that's okay. 2 are beer related, 1's not.
Okay.
First one, what is to you the most underrated beer style and overrated beer style right now?
Ooh,
great question.
Underrated right now, lagers, for sure.
I 100% would agree. Lagers, they don't make it. There's not enough lagers going around.
Yeah.
And then when they do, people aren't like, they're not like the top selling beer. Lagers. And then I would say overrated would be IPAs.
Yeah.
IPAs, man, have just been the top of everybody's tongue since craft beer hit the scene, and it's like,
especially your typical like hazy, juicy. I mean, like I love a good hazy or juicy, but like that's all people are going after. Yeah.
Well, and then they go through phases, so it's like not just IPA, like you said. Now we're hazy. Everybody's got the hazy, the juicy, the West Coast. It's like, but it's always IPA, and maybe it's just me, but I think overrated. I'm done.
I think I can still enjoy an IPA. I can get an IPA and still enjoy it for exactly what it is. So I wouldn't say it's overrated. I mean, as much as I've enjoyed these beers today, I would say these overly fruited sours are a little overrated.
Yeah. Well, I feel that.
We took a different perspective, though, because, like, I love IPA. I would drink IPAs more than the fruited beers.
100%.
But I'm just thinking in general, the masses, it's overrated. Like, everybody's shouting IPAs. Yeah. These are just not for me because of my sugar tolerance. I feel that way about wheat beers. Like, I love wheat beers, but I can't drink wheat. It's just something about it that's like, after I drink one, my ears start turning red. Yeah. I start feeling weird. But I think that the fruited beers, more people can know about it. It might just be big around here, but internationally, or even, and definitely not internationally, but nationally,
it may not be as big.
I don't know if it is. I don't know if I think about, like, I go to Maryland and everybody's got these fruited beers.
So it's funny, like I think we all three have different like points of view, because the most overrated to me is easily pastry stouts, because I'm like I'm pretty like I haven't delved into homebrewing yet, but I'm very into like the national craft beer scene, especially. I don't really do a ton of it, but I keep tabs on like trading.
Okay.
So like beer secondary value. Right. I won't even go down that rabbit hole. But like, dude, some people like a barrel aged pastry sour from X brewery.
Right.
Someone will pay $300 for. I'm like, what?
I've seen.
There's probably just as good of a beer from your local brewery than this beer from a completely different state.
So now that you bring that up, barrel aged beers in general, like, they're good for what they are, but like when we do bottle shares,
dude,
I'm like, my palate's wrecked.
Yeah,
give me a lager, so I can
give me something to cleanse my palate. Yeah.
Because you get so many just barrel aged stouts going around. It's like it's overwhelming. So you are right. Like, they're a hot commodity, as in like the real beer connoisseur wants to get them and hold on to them for a while.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot being in that homebrew club. When we do like big bottle shares, it's like, I need to make sure I have something light with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to be wrecked.
And
so I kind of agree. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either.
And I think it's strictly from, like I mentioned, I don't think it's necessarily from like a local standpoint. I think it's more from like an overview on like the 10% makes it sound like rich people, but like the 10% of the craft beer like trading community.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I personally would not spend $100 on a barrel aged stout, but I have barrel aged stouts in my fridge. I've spent like
$40.
Yeah, I have barrel aged stouts in my fridge.
Enough.
Well, I know, like American Solera in Tulsa, they make really good stouts, but like their bottles are like $40 or $50 now.
Yeah,
but it's like I have a stout in my fridge that, like, if I wanted to sell it, which is the collector in me that wants to try all beers, if I wanted to sell it, I could sell it for like $250.
Wow!
But I want to try it, man. Like, yeah. My wife is like, sell that sucker.
So, so what you're saying is barrel age is the Pokemon card of the beer industry.
So
basically,
So you cellar beers as well?
So cellar, yeah.
That's what I call it when you just save them.
It's
so we're gonna do it a whole full circle and go. Did we just become best friends?
I think so, man. So
wait, the guy who doesn't like the movie is quoting it now?
Like I said, it's quotable. I did say that.
Speaking of barrel aged stouts, though, I will say, do both of you like barrel aged stouts?
I like them.
Okay,
I'm kind of burnt out a little bit, but I normally love them.
The first beer that we ever reviewed was the double chocolate cherry stout.
Oh, that's sick. Cool.
Yeah.
So I will say it probably won't be till winter because it's hard for me to.
Right. I'm not drinking anything right now
when it's 100 degrees outside, but. Probably later, like, I don't know, fall, whenever it starts cooling off. I do plan on having, it'll be small, maybe like 10 of us. I have I don't know if you saw it, but Turning Point, they released an in-game barrel-aged
Oh,
stout.
yeah, I saw
I have
it.
their batch 1 and batch 2
Do
from
you? Okay.
2019 and 2020 that I purposely saved.
Did you happen to get anything from Celestial this year?
Oh yeah, I saw your Cubist fragmentation.
I have the Cubist. It's
I
gonna
got
sit
that,
there.
and I have
I'm not messing with it.
their apple brandy barrel-aged one, the Apple a Day or whatever it's called.
Oh, okay.
But at some point I'm planning on, so I have
Because that
the
Cubist
2000
is last
Dude,
year's.
It's so
So
good,
I'm waiting
man.
on it.
Yeah, it's so good. But in game, Turning Point didn't know if they were going to be doing it like end game again. So I'm glad they did because once it starts cooling off, I want to have a group of people together and crack open batch 1 from 2019, 2020, the most recent one, and the rum barrel aged one.
Yes.
all like side by side. Do like
Nice.
a vertical. So I'll make sure to keep you guys in the loop.
Hit us up. We'll turn it into
I'm
a Mario
down.
Kart tournament or something.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'll jam with some Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
Yeah, we'll bring some
You
board
can't go
games.
wrong
It'll be
with
great.
something like that. Do you have 3 questions
I'll
for us?
yeah.
cut it down to 2 now because
All right. We can keep it going, dude. Let's just keep going. We'll cut it back.
Okay, all right. So my next beer question, actually, I'll end with a beer question. My next one, what was your first concert you ever went to? Because I know you guys are big music guys. First concert and the best concert you've ever been to. And I'll start. My first concert I ever went to was, and I don't know. I know you guys like metal and like classic rock, but like I don't even know what to. Have you heard of A Day to Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, it was A Day to Remember, which is
Pop
like
punk.
yeah, which is like my that was like my freaking jam.
Okay.
Like especially like beginning of high school. That was like their Homesick and I can't remember the name of their like second album, but it was them, All Time Low, and Pierce the Veil. I went for A Day to Remember.
Oh, cool.
But
Okay.
you know, this was back in like it was like freshman year of high school. I had like the I had
Yo,
the
you
long,
had the hair.
I had the hair.
Nice.
I was like mosh pits all the way, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm still a
Nice.
But
mosh
that was
pit
my
guy.
first one, and my favorite one. I'm a percussionist, so I've been a drummer
Oh,
since
cool.
I learned it from my dad. I've been a percussionist since I was like 4. Learned to play the drums because my dad did. Rush is
Ooh,
the best
okay.
concert I've ever been to.
Nice.
His kit's too big.
I was a huge Neil
There's
Peart.
no point in having so many toms.
I was a huge dude. Neil Peart was like.
I mean, he's a phenomenal drummer.
Oh, yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. I
Oh,
never
yeah.
really got into Rush too much, but as far as his drumming, it's great.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, that's
yeah.
the sole reason I was, dude. Like the first, whenever I learned Tom Sawyer on the drums.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the pin. I was like, dude, I was so psyched.
okay.
It was like I don't know,
That's
sophomore
cool.
year of high school, and I was so psyched that I
Nice.
was able to play. R.I.P. to Neil Peart.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that guy.
That's awesome.
That guy was impressive.
So my first concert was a Perfect Circle in Oklahoma City.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
what
sweet.
venue was it at?
It was, I think it was the OU Stadium.
No
It was like
way.
a basketball court.
Yeah.
And,
The Cowboys like
and we had
Oklahoma
pit
State.
tickets. Yeah, and it was during their first album tour, so it was before 13
Dude,
Step.
yeah.
So that was my first concert I ever went to.
So was that did it have a smaller feel? I mean, obviously it was at a stadium.
It
but
was smaller than what they would do now, for sure. I remember, like, it was anytime that you're able to do standing room in a band that's that big, you know, because we were down on the basketball court, and that was like the, what do they call it, like your entry ticket, your general admission.
Yeah.
If that's general admission, then they're not that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nowadays, if you're gonna see a huge band,
Oh,
general
dude.
admission would be like way up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, nosebleeds.
Yeah.
So I remember they had like maybe like some of the bottom sections of the basketball court filled,
Yeah.
but most of them were standing. So it was cool. That was my first one. My favorite one though, it's so hard to say because I've been to so many good shows, but one of them that's just standing out to me right now, I don't know why, is 311. I think they were headlining one of Edgefest's.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I think they headlined one of the. I feel like it was at the Pizza Hut Park. It
Oh,
was.
yeah.
So it was like a lot of bands that day, but I loved 311 when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and then to see them and they just play exactly like
That's
they
awesome.
did whenever
Yeah.
I was real young and like very impressionate. Like when I was in 6th grade, 5th grade,
Yeah.
that Blue album was out, and I'm like, this is what got me into rock music.
Right.
That's cool.
And then to see them as old guys, and then it's like, oh, this is just like
And
when
the
I was a
same vibe.
kid.
Yeah,
The
that's
same
cool.
vibes, you know.
It's all
cool.
And
nostalgic
they're-
stuff.
I mean, they're cool. That the second guy, I mean, really both of them, but the second guy who's like the rapper hip hop guy,
Yeah.
like he just does that dance that he does, and then he's just so sweaty by the end of it because they bring so much
Dude.
energy.
Yeah.
They're just sweating
Honestly,
so hard.
I'm so impressed by like, especially the musicians who do like a long set.
Yeah.
I don't freaking know how, man.
I know.
Like,
and then they do it night after night.
Oh, yeah.
On tours.
Yeah. It's impressive.
It's crazy. So 311's one band that I would love to go see. I like their sound. It's great. They use a piccolo snare.
Yeah.
So you get the little bit of a different snare sound. But my first show, went and saw Rob Zombie and Lacuna Coil.
Nice. Yeah.
I had pit tickets. It was at the Nokia Theater. I think it's called something different now. Whatever that theater in Grand Prairie
Yeah,
is.
it changes so often.
I knew it as Nokia Theater.
Yeah, me too.
Verizon Wireless, I think is what it changed to at one point. But yeah, we were in the
it's Yellow
pit.
Pages, or maybe not. I don't know. Keep going.
I don't know, but yeah.
yeah.
But what's cool about that venue is that it's a theater, so it actually has an orchestra pit.
Oh, nice.
So they just take out all the orchestra stuff, and that's where the pit is.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a legit pit. And there's like a wall that
Dude.
goes up to where the seats are.
Yeah.
Because I've been there in like the front row and having seats, and it's great because you can see right over the pit. Like they're not in
That's
the way.
cool.
But yeah, this one I had. I was in 2005. So however old I was then, freshman, 8th grade, 9th grade, something.
Yeah.
And yeah, my brother bought us pit tickets to.
Nice.
Rob Zombie had like the robot come on stage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. Saw John 5. That was cool. Didn't know who he was at the time. Thought it was some chick playing guitar. But
That venue though, dude, like when you get down to the pit,
Yeah,
the
dude, the venue's
door
great.
is rattling.
yeah,
No
Because
way.
I've been there a few times, and like when you get down there, you're almost scared to open the door.
yeah, because
it's
you
like-
go through like a secret tunnel. It looks
yeah,
like
you're
to
in
get
the tunnel,
down
and then
there.
you're just
What?
coming up to the door to open, and it's just like
Holy crap.
Yeah.
because it is a different feel. I
Yeah.
didn't know that it was an orchestra or whatever you said it was.
Yeah, it's an
like
orchestra
stuck
pit.
in-
So like when they do
pit.
like plays or stuff, or like that's where the orchestra would sit
yeah, that's
and like play the
wild.
music for like a play or
so
something.
that the music comes out of that.
Right.
So no wonder. Yeah, it
Yeah.
like echoes the sound.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So great venue. But my favorite show, as much as I love metal and I love to get in a pit and like try to love someone, as Kid Rock says.
Kid Rock's the favorite concert.
No, my favorite show, I went and saw a band called the Punch Brothers. Punch Brothers is a bluegrass band.
Oh, dude.
I actually saw them at the Granada Theater the first time.
Yeah.
And the Granada is a standing room only.
Mhm.
And basically it's 5 guys. There's no percussion. So the bass keeps rhythm. And literally they would all just stand around a microphone, and every time somebody wanted to like do a solo or something,
Yeah.
they just lean in a little bit to the mic.
Oh, man.
So they all played acoustic instruments. So like it's just seeing these guys and how good they are at their
Yeah.
craft is what kind of blew my mind.
That's cool.
Yeah, as much as I like the energy of a mosh pit, that one was the most. I was like blown away.
And you can like whenever they're performing, like you can tell they're putting their like heart and soul into every
Oh, yeah.
every note,
Yeah.
man. Like, so do you like jazz?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
there's and they
sometimes.
do a lot of bluegrass. Off the text you. There's a jazz club in Kansas City.
Oh,
that
cool.
If you're ever up that way, and it's right by a really good barbecue joint, so it's like
yeah.
perfect. Like similar deal. Like you, and it's almost always. I feel like people. I'm also not as well versed in like the jazz bluegrass world, but like it's people I've never heard of. But
Right.
it doesn't matter, man. Like they're playing good music. Like the atmosphere is just awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll have to text you. Like I don't know. Have you guys been to Kansas City?
No.
I've never been.
Okay.
No.
Uh-uh.
Oh well, who knows when you'll.
I mean,
but
I'll go
text you the
eventually.
name. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a national park near there. I like to go to national parks.
Heck yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but no, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about jazz, but like the movie Whiplash,
Oh yeah.
the soundtrack's awesome.
Yeah, oh,
and
that
that's something that I
soundtrack's
have
fantastic.
saved. So when it comes on, I'm jamming to
Yeah.
some of that. So yeah, no, I would totally be interested. But you said that you had another question for us.
Yeah, last one.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite non-DFW brewery? Because I was going to ask what is your favorite brewery, but I don't want to play DFW favorite. So what's your favorite
Oh.
out of DFW brewery?
And
And it can be for, the beer, for the atmosphere, like whatever stuck with you.
something that stuck with me really hard, because I had a really good time in Denver when we went to a few breweries there, but something that really stuck with me hard that I wish they distributed further. I went on vacation and I drove through Fayetteville, Arkansas,
Yeah.
and stopped at a place called Fossil Cove Brewing. That's where we had that that T-Rex on Peaches.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I like all their dinosaur
Dude,
vibes.
that
that's
I
cool.
mean, that's the reason why I stopped, because I saw them online and they're like old
Yeah.
school '90s dinosaur stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that T-Rex on Peaches was a good. It was a Trapel barrel, like an aged Trapel on
Oh.
Peaches, with aged on
Yeah.
Peaches. And then I had they did a pale ale that was really good. So it ingrained something in my mind that says every time I go to Fayetteville, I need to have this beer.
Yeah.
And so much so that I was in Hot Springs and I'm calling them up. Hey, how far do you guys distribute? Is it worth the drive to go to Eureka Springs? 4 hours north to come home? I don't know. So I'm debating on where I need to go to try to find
That's
it.
awesome, man.
That one was cool. I really wish I would have been able to stay. Because it was a pit stop.
Yeah.
I pit stop on the way there. I pit stop on the way back. And that one made a good impression on me. But it's hard to say that one is my favorite because Norton's was so hospitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cool podcast to listen to.
Yeah, those guys out of Wichita, that guy was super hospitable. So it'd probably be one of those two.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the one from Norton's, you'll have to look it up on the.
Oh, you're not gonna put that one in the link?
Nah, I'm not gonna.
You guys have a ton of links.
Yeah, I know. I'm no. You're gonna have to find that one, but yeah.
I'm gonna go with Alveda from New Orleans, just
nice.
because it reminds me of New Orleans. You go anywhere in really Louisiana, and that's the beer that they have.
Cool,
it's the most famous beer there. So I drank a lot of those beers when the last time I was in New Orleans. But I also kind of want to shout out to Red Stripe, not because it's a good beer, it's not bad beer, but because it's the only brewery in Jamaica. So to be on an island, it's the only beer.
Yeah.
So you can't anywhere you go there, all you can get is Red Stripe, or you can get the Guinness International. Not even the regular Guinness, but the international one. So it's shout out to them for just owning the market and being an old school brewery that's the only one. So everybody there, if you drink beer, they don't drink a variety. Red Stripe. So
nice.
I just thought it's a cool thing when I learned about that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of old school mentality. I haven't had Red Stripe in forever.
So
it's not as
my
good.
No, it's not any good.
My distinct Red Stripe memory is in high school. I I think it was Target. They sell tanks for anything. The thing that cracks me up the most is whenever you see people wearing Nirvana tees and they've never heard a song by Nirvana before.
I mean,
Joe hates it.
I'm a stickler.
It made him hate Nirvana.
No, I'm a stickler about if you're gonna wear a band T-shirt. If you can't name 3 songs, you need to throw that shirt in the garbage.
Man, that's even generous, giving them only 3 songs.
I mean, at minimum 3.
Yeah. No, but I was, it was freshman year of high school. I'd never had Red Stripe, but I got a Red Stripe tank top. I didn't even know it was beer.
Oh, nice.
And I'm wearing it. I was on drumline at my high school, and I'm wearing it at our practice in the summer. And my director got pissed. He was take, that's my Red Stripe memory.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh man.
Yeah. Never tried the beer actually, I don't think.
Yeah, I
got scarred.
Yeah.
I got scarred.
It didn't put an impression in my mind, so it must not have been that good. So, but again, make sure to follow him on Instagram. It's Brews Cruise __.
Now that we know about it, Brews Cruise,
Brews Cruise, and we'll send you with some stuff here as well. But man, again, I just appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for
giving us some time.
Guys.
You guys need to try his method of pouring a smoothie sour. I like how you call them smoothie sours.
Yes.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Yeah, you need to pick up his language.
And
you need to do what he's doing.
Chipotle, go to Chipotle, get yourself a nachos with chips on the side.
You need to be a scientist. Do everything you're doing, man.
Yeah, because he's doing it right.
He's doing it right.
But
hey, can you tell my wife that?
Yeah, right. But make sure to follow us as well, Instagram and Untappd _dudes and brews. But we're out of here.
Peace.
Available, and this stuff is amazing. We've got a few awesome designs. We even have all new pint glasses and stickers. You know you want one of those glasses. I mean, you already drink a beer while watching the show anyway, so you might as well support the show and put your beer in one of our glasses. The link is in the description, so hit that link and pick up something from us today. Make sure that you use the code DUDES10 at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Again, that's DUDES, DUDES 10, the number 10, 10, at checkout to receive 10% off of your order. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on, we're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more
unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps within these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.